Hi family, I'm Stephanie Wade. I'm Habasia. I'm also Mama Africa to some people. You decide for yourself what you want to call me. I love you guys as much as I love my African fashion. I got dressed up today especially for you guys. I hope you like my outfit. It was made for me on one of my trips to Ghana. One of the local dressmakers, aka designers, made it especially for me. I like the way it fits. I can't stand ready to wear. Spoiled with my little my great dressmakers. You like it? I just love my African style. Hope you guys did too. If you have not subscribed, please do. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Share, comment down below. And I hope you enjoy the rest of my video. Enjoy, guys. I'm back, guys. My neighbors and her people decided to take their noise back to the backyard. And that's good for me because it is nice and shady in this part of my yard. This is my front yard. And it's nice breeze coming through from the Atlantic Ocean. This being Galveston, Texas. I love this place. I'm a BOI, what they call born on the island. And Galveston has a weird past. I thought, like I said on other videos, that I was going to slave dungeons and castles when I was in Cape Coast, Ghana, or when I was in Charleston, South Carolina. But little did I know that I was born and raised in one of the enslaved islands. And really it lasted a while, slavery, in Galveston, Texas, because of a pirate called John Lafitte. And it all depends on who's writing the story too. Because if you leave it up to a lot of people in Galveston, they think of John Lafitte as a hero. And he was nothing but a pirate, a criminal. And he would go upon what they used to call slave ships and steal the cargo, AKA our people, the enslaved Africans. And they would take them off of this ship and actually even get a reward for them sometimes, because slavery was against the law already in the United States to import slaves from Africa at the time. But John Lafitte would steal them off of slave ships and then turn around and get a bounty for them. And they used to use enslaved Africans to work on the Galveston waterfront, as well as freed Africans, freed men. They used to also work on the waterfront. And now, I like going to the waterfront because that's where I get my fresh fish, but I just didn't know the total history of the place, I knew that they genocided the indigenous people on this island because that's who was here first. But first they darn near killed them all right in Galveston, and then the remnant, they ran them into Mexico, because Tejas actually was part of Mexico at first, and then after they stole Tejas from the Mexicans, since the Mexico said slavery was against the law in Mexico and all of the Africans that were enslaved were free. the whites didn't like it, and so they waged war upon the Mexicans and ran them out of their own country. And so when they ran them out, they went back to what was left of Mexico. And the indigenous people that were here, they ran them also into Mexico, where later on they were either absorbed into the other groups that were there, or they were also killed there because they didn't have the numbers to win the war. But anyway, guys, that was just a teeny bit of history. And now, as a griot, a storyteller, your mama Africa, I'm going to tell you about some of my plans that I'm working on. I want to BlaXit out of this place, also known as getting the heck out of here. While it's time of the pandemic, I can't really go anywhere right now, but I do have a vision board that I'm visualizing what I want to do when I go to the Gambia, and I've already visualized my flight plans and everything, and all I need y'all to do is pray for me that I can get my flight out of here, and I can be negative COVID test results 72 hours before boarding and everything. I have to let y'all know in the future how the plans all work out. But for right now, that's all I'm asking y'all to do is pray for me. And if you want to help me get there, number one, pray for me that I can get there. Donate to my travels, and I'll write the information for my Cash App also, and I'll write the information for my PayPal. And if you want to donate school supplies to the children when I get there, or to pay for their uniforms, you can send it through Habasia. And that's my website is www.hybasia.org, Habasia, which is an acronym for Helping Your Brothers and Sisters in Africa, and it's a 501c3 organization. It's tax deductible to the full extent of the law. As they say, you should always consult with your tax consultant when it's time to do your taxes. But through PayPal, they will send you a receipt of your donation. And I'm telling you, I will video record when I'm buying the supplies over there and handing it out to the kids, and the educational toys that I buy and bring. I'm going to let you see what I do when I get there. And I'll work on starting a community-based organization there with the local people, so that we can identify the needs right in the area and help the people to help themselves, because it's all about empowering people to self-sufficiency, not just handouts all the time, because people, their self-esteem goes up when you don't always give them a handout. People need a hand up, as they say, not handouts. I respect my brothers and sisters in the motherland, as well as I respect my brothers and sisters here. I realize that not everybody wants to go back to Africa, and they want to be here because their ancestors built this place, and I'm cool with that. But me, my ancestors are calling me back to the motherland, and I'm one that answers the call. Remember, if you ever saw Roots, they hold a baby in the air and say, "Are you the one, or is there another?" I know I am the one, because I hear them, and I just have an urgency to go. I really do. So anyways, I hope that you guys are reading all the books that you can read to learn new things. I hope y'all are planting seeds so you can also become self-sustainable raising your food. This is one of the books that I'm starting to read. Cass. It's The Origins of Our Discontent by Isabel Wilkerson, winner of the Pulitzer Prize. So hopefully it's good. Guys, I've been researching my DNA results in more detail. I used a tool online called DNA Land, and I uploaded my DNA from Ancestry.com because it was supposed to help break down my DNA into different people groups in the motherland. Because I personally am not satisfied with just one people group, because I know that our ancestors, some of them were on breeding farms and some of them weren't on breeding farms, but because the people that enslaved them didn't want them to talk to each other, they made sure that they mixed all the people groups up so they couldn't speak their own languages to each other. So they have Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, Fulanis, all of those people were mixed up. So our DNA will show evidence of that. And I was in 23andMe, and I gave them an okay to use my DNA in a study. And the DNA timeline actually traces my ancestry all the way back to 8 generations away. And it tells the story of my people from where we started off and to where I am today, which is in the United States. Very interesting. And it will be working on me DNA cousins. Because right now, I'm only showing a couple of DNA cousins that's in this country, but I have confidence that it's going to expand in the near future. I've done so many DNA tests in my lifetime. I started off with family tree DNA. And when I started off with that, it was starting off with just MT DNA results. And they would say L2. Okay, well, a L2 is some of the oldest people on the planet, because the L1s are the oldest people. So the L2s were the Bantu people, and it was like in Central Africa, and then they migrated into West Africa, and it showed me on the map exactly where my ancestors were. And they also told me that L2s were Cameroon, Tikor tribe. L2B, Cameroon, Bamaleki. And I know some people don't like to use the word tribe, but let me tell you what, we're speaking English. So if you don't like the word tribe, you're still using English no matter what word you use, whether you call it people groups or nations. It's all the same colonizer language. So my ancestors lost all their languages 300-400 years ago. I'm working on learning Wolof now, but at 67, it's going to take me a while. And I'm going to be able to function pretty much at a baby level in all the near future, with able to just do greetings and stuff like that. So for right now, yes, I am stuck with English, and I am okay with that. I'm probably going to die speaking English. That's my first language. So what are you going to do? You know? If you are complaining in English, you got to think about how it's making any sense. Just let people say what they need to say, and hear me, oh, instead of breaking up my train of thought by trying to correct me with tomatoes kind of thing. Well, anyways, I also did the Genographic project from National Geographic. It was also using halopen groups, so it said I was a L2, same difference. And I really thought I was doing something back then. National Geographic, and it was also a project, but I was just so hungry to know exactly where my ancestors came from. I know it doesn't make much difference to people who's known all their life where their ancestors were from, whether they were colonized or not. At least they still knew where they were from and knew the history of their people and were still speaking their languages if they so chose. Because a lot of people don't even pass on their languages to their children because they don't want them to be, quote, handicapped. And being multilingual is definitely not a handicap. It's all kind of jobs you can do and businesses you can have because you're multilingual. But as they say, stories for other days. I was so happy when I just got the little map that explained where exactly my ancestors came from on the map. And it was showing a mitochondrial Eve 150,000 years ago. And so, pretty interesting, I do say. I printed up all kind of things off the internet on the T-car people. Later on, I would visit Cameroon with the Roots to Glory tours, where we went to a T-car festival, and it was very interesting. I learned a lot about the T-car people, and I found out that they were not able to practice any of their culture when they were colonized by the Germans. In fact, one of their sultans in Georgia, he was taken into exile where he died. So them interacting with Germans after that is like really, really strange to me. I saw one of the Sultan's daughters actually get married to a German while I was on that trip. So I was really disillusioned a lot on that trip. And that made me not really want to go back to that area. It's like they didn't speak English, they spoke French. Well, not French. I don't really know what language it was, really. Shame on me. But no, I really didn't understand what they were speaking. I mean, it sounded like French, but I don't know. It probably was their local language. But anyway, lots of people I met from there that was in the royal family lived abroad. They lived in Europe and everywhere else. So their millions was following them into Europe. But they were there for the wedding. And so, like I say, the daughter got married to a little short German. And she was a pretty black princess. And I didn't understand why. I was just so confused. It's like, why tell me all of your history where you were cruelly treated by the Germans and then turn around and intermarry with a German? I just didn't understand. And I guess it's not for me to understand. As they say, not my business. But I did try to understand the T-car people. So when I went later to the motherland, Nigeria, I felt so comfortable when I stayed there for 2 months with my in-laws. Everybody thought of me as one of them. I learned all the prices in the market, and I could go shopping and negotiate by myself. I was so excited. And our kids went there with me. And I just negotiated my prices. I already knew what was the regular price and paid my regular price, helped the vendors to get change and everything. It's like I just had all of the objections taken care of. Oh, you don't have change? Well, walk with me to this guy and I'm going to give my watermelon and they're going to give me change. And then that change will be the change that you give me. So anyways, it was just very interesting. I personally am looking forward to BlaXit from here because I don't want to have to always feel like I have a target on me just because of the color of my skin. It just doesn't make any sense. It should be judging you on the content of your character, as Martin Luther King Jr. would say. But unfortunately in America, that's not the way it is. But I want to be like Marcus Garvey. I want to go back to the motherland. I want to work with my brothers and sisters there. I want to get a tiny roundhouse built with solar power. And I would like to interact with the brothers and sisters so we could do all kind of cool stuff in the area to empower lots of people to self-sufficiency. I'm just not okay with the caste system. Just like it's a caste system here, it's also a caste system there. It's not okay for people to get $1 to $2 a day for all their hard work and everybody else doing good in their businesses. We need to be able to help somebody, even if it's just 1 or 2 people, get to the next level. And then they can help somebody to get to the next level, like paying it forward. But anyways, one of my plans when I'm in the motherland, since I'll have to be in quarantine for 14 days, that's one of the new requirements also in the Gambia, I will go through my documentation that I printed out the other day of my DNA results. See, it's a big old stack, but 14 days, I have plenty of time to go through it just in small parts so I don't bore you. So anyways, that'll be a story for another day. So in the meantime, guys, remember, wear your mask when you're in public places. Wash your hands with soap and water as much as possible. Use hand sanitizer when you can't. Remember, find you a good book to read. Learn something new. Do something to help your mind be enlightened. Be kind to people. Treat them like you want to be treated. And when you go somewhere, I guarantee you, as long as you look like the people that you're around and you take the opportunity to get you some clothes made while you're there that look like what everybody else is wearing. I mean, not exactly. I mean, you're going to pick your own fabric, pick your own style and everything, but definitely not going around advertising that, like wearing something on your forehead. A t-shirt is the same thing. They're saying, I'm not from here, I'm not from here. It's like, I'm not going to wear a t-shirt in the Gambia that says Galveston, Texas, Galveston, Texas. Because if I do that, they'll know before they even hear me speak that I'm not from there. And so, of course, people are going to stare because I would be a walking billboard, If I'm dressed like I'm dressed now and I go there, maybe they might think that, oh, you know what? I wonder if she's from Ghana. I wonder if she's from Nigeria. I wonder if she's visiting from wherever. you know, but they'll think of me as a sister, a sister that's comfortable with her Africanness, and that I'm happy to wear my culture, as they say, on my sleeve. Wear my culture on my sleeve. That's it. That you wearing your culture instead of bringing America or bringing Britain or bringing wherever you are in the diaspora with you. It's like if you were tired of being there, why bring it with you? You know, just forget about it while you're not there. I mean, Galveston will be the last thing on my mind when I'm in the Gambia, and I'm definitely not going to be wearing any t-shirts or purses or hats that say Galveston Island on them. I'm just not. I'm going to wear all my wares that I normally wear when I go somewhere, just like I'm dressed now. Only I'm going to get a lot of other cool things made while I'm there. I already know it's one of my friends. She wears such cool stuff over there, so I'm going to ask her to take me to her dressmaker so I can get some clothes made there for me. I like the way it fits your body, you know, and it fits your personality because you're picking out your fabric and you're picking out the style. And they're making it fit you. And of course they do put in their own artist touches, which I like. So no matter what you want, it's always going to be better than you expected, at least for me anyway. My expectations or whatever happens, and it'll be fine, as long as it fit. And I like to wear modest dress. So I'm always covering my shoulders, and I always like to have a head covering. It makes it easy. I don't have to do anything to my hair. My hair can be protected. It's a protective attire. So anyway, guys, I've enjoyed my visit with you, and I will be happy to talk to you another day, another journal towards my BlaXit to the motherland. Love you all, and until then, peace, blessings, power to the people, and I'm out, y'all. Bye.